it's been a few days, and I know some people might have been wondering, is Web3 going great? And of course, it's always going great for us, the people who like to look at this stuff and have a bit of a laugh. So AT&T customers suffer crypto wallet compromises, reportedly totaling $15 to $20 million. Now, if you are an AT&T customer, you've already suffered anyway. So this is cruel and unusual for people who have to subscribe to AT&T and have to be in the market of broadband in the United States to have additional things happen to them. But TechCrunch reported that attackers were able to gain access to AT&T email accounts, which they then used to gain access to customers' cryptocurrency accounts. Oh, you pesky decentralization. It's almost as if relying on Web 2 to build Web 3 doesn't really make all that much sense. But that is one argument that obviously crypto is still early, because eventually, once you've got all your decentralized everything, or at least what I'm told is that's going to make a big difference, and then stuff like this is not going to happen. I'm yet to see, of course, any of this materialize, but eventually maybe. I do have a feeling, though, that this is a case of boomer type, I'm going to store my passwords, I'm going to store my seed phrase. Various customers reported their accounts at exchanges including Coinbase and Gemini had been drained. One individual victim lost $134,000 from their Coinbase account. Holy shit. You've surely got to have two-factor on, though. Can you bypass... I have not used Coinbase in a long time. Can you bypass two-factor on, like, Google Authenticator with just email? Because I'm fairly sure the last time I used Coinbase, I needed my email confirmation and my Google Authenticate. And I don't think you can reset my Authenticator from my email. An anonymous source corresponding with TechCrunch claims that the total amount of cryptocurrency stolen is somewhere between $15 and $20 million. The tipster also claimed that the hackers have the ability to gain access to any AT&T account via the AT&T employee portal. AT&T has denied this and instead claimed that the bad actors used an API access. Oh man, can you imagine? That'd be lawsuit city. If AT&T were actually responsible due to some security vulnerability on their end, allowing people to steal any cryptocurrency that they want from anybody with an account of AT&T, holy shit, that'd be a legendary lawsuit. Belgian crypto lender Bit4You, what an amazing name, suspends activities. The only Belgian crypto platform. Good for you, Belgium. Good for you. You're not thoroughly, deeply entrenched in the sickness. The Bit4You crypto lender announced they would be suspending activities after the CoinLoan crypto exchange was ordered to suspend activities after being declared insolvent. To date, we have no indication that the virtual currencies held on behalf of our customers with CoinLoan will not be recovered, they wrote in their announcement, reassuring. I mean, there's no confidence here if a company's insolvent that they're going to have all the user funds. Maybe it's just going to be one of those rare ones, though, where they do. FBI raids home of FTX exec Ryan Salami. I'm going to just choose to believe his name's Ryan Salami. He did work for FTX, so he is a bit of a silly sausage anyway, isn't he? The FBI raided the home of your boy Salami, the former co-CEO of FTX Digital Markets, FTX's Bahamian subsidiary. Salami was close with Sam Bankman-Fried, not now, of course, because he's going to prison for a real long time, and anyone who was close to him have basically gone to the US government and been like, I can tell you whatever you want about Sam Bankman-Fried. Just please don't send me to prison as well. Just let's send him to prison for a real long time. All of us who also profited from crime and knew all this was going on, we'll just skate by. Just fuck Sam Bankman-Fried, though. Although it came out in bankruptcy proceedings that Salami had contacted Bahamian securities regulators during the FTX collapse to tip them off to the improper transfer of FTX client funds to Alameda. Oh, never mind then. I don't know. During the collapse, surely as co-CEO, you had to know something was going on. Surely. Then again, with how they've explained the FTX situation, it seemed like almost nobody knew what was going on. There was like a handful of like higher ups that truly knew how much of a fucking mess it was and how it was an actual criminal enterprise. So maybe he didn't know, or maybe he knew as it was collapsing, oh, to get myself some fucking good boy pat me on the head points, I'll go to the government just as the ship's about to sink and be like, yeah, FTX is a scam, and then maybe I won't go to prison. FBI raiding his home, though, of course, doesn't sound good. It doesn't seem like it worked. Salami was also a major donor to Republican candidates in the 2022 midterm elections, splashing out around $24 million in campaign contributions. However, court filings suggest that much of the money donated to political and other causes by FTX executives may have been misappropriated customer funds. Yeah, this is some of the charges that got added on additionally to the Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX case. What they found is that they were illegally donating, and they were doing so to every political party, basically. And they were doing it through multiple people on behalf of FTX, basically. They were saying, oh, you donate this and you donate this. And there is an actual, like, verifiably illegal element to how they were doing it. And then on top of that, because FTX was commingling funds between FTX and Alameda, which was the hedge fund and the crypto exchange, they were essentially treating all of it as their own personal money. So users were putting their money into FTX thinking, oh, this exchange just holds onto my money for me. But what was really happening was all money that went in there, Sam Bankman-Fried and friends were just saying, oh, this is our money, we can do what we want with it. Oh, buy this, buy that, donate here, donate there. And then obviously the money just ran out, because that's what happens when you're fucking spunking money everywhere. It does make me laugh, because when you look at stuff like this, it just goes to show how fucking greedy some people are. Because if you were running FTX and you just ran it legit, I don't know how you could ever lose money. Because all you do is take in other people's money and then just charge transactional fees for them to exchange and people to trade. And all that money that you charge with millions of people doing transactions every single day, you're just winning constantly, just taking in funds. Which means that over a long enough time period, you could not go to prison and become filthy rich. Like, I'm talking, I'm a dragon from the fucking Hobbit. I'm Smaug sitting on a mountain of gold. But instead of doing that, you just try to cut corners and become super wealthy right then and there with other people's money and then go to prison. It's just like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm living life in the slow lane. But with shit like this, it just confuses the life out of me how you can be such a fucking melt. Then again, a lot of these people are just straight narcissists and they don't understand that actions do have consequences, and they always think, oh, you know, I'm so smart, I'll never get caught. Or, you know, I know what I'm doing and I'm just going to move a little bit here and move a little bit there, and then, you know, everything will be okay. Everything's not okay. You're going to prison. Federal prison. Big boy prison. Salami is, at the moment at least, not facing charges in connection to the FTX collapse. Well, maybe that raid is going to be. So we went over this in a full video yesterday, so I'm not going to retouch on it. If you haven't watched it, really interesting story, actually. CFTC imposes record $3.4 billion fine on Bitcoin scammer. This is a dude from South Africa who has the greatest name ever, by the way, Cornelius Johan Steinberg, which people were telling me is a Dutch name, and also some people were saying potentially royalty, which is just fantastic. But essentially he was running a big old Ponzi scheme saying, you know, give us your Bitcoins and we're gonna make your Bitcoins go up to the moon, hodl, safe fans, emoji stuff. And if you recruit other people, we'll give you even more money. But what was actually happening is they were doing none of that, and they were just paying out people with money you were giving them. Classic example of a Ponzi scheme, robbing from Peter to pay Paul. And then eventually Peter and Paul had fuck all money left and they couldn't pay anybody. OVIX protocol exploited for $2 million. It's been a while since I've seen an exploit. It's been, you know, at least a week. That's crazy. The decentralized finance protocol on the Polygon blockchain was exploited for around $2 million. A little one, just a cool 2 milli. This was a substantial portion of the project's roughly 6.4 million total volume around the time of the hack. The attack was perpetuated by an attacker who manipulated an oracle, which then allowed them to execute a flash loan attack on the project. It does make me laugh that if you read these things without knowing what anything is within cryptocurrency, it does just sound like you're playing a video game or something. Your quest is to exploit the DeFi protocol. One of the ways you can do this is manipulate the oracle and execute a flash loan attack. Like, I don't know, man. It just tickles me. It tickles me pink. The protocol was paused following the attack. OVIX later tweeted that they'd been collaborating with security firms to investigate the hack and had offered to let the attacker keep $125,000 if they returned the remaining funds in a bug bounty agreement that would involve OVIX not pursuing legal action. Whether or not you pursue legal action doesn't matter. This is crime. If you steal from people that is a criminal offense. You don't have to pursue legal action as far as I'm aware. Maybe I'm wrong. I accept I totally could be. But I do believe the federal government can just go after you anyway if you just, you know, steal from people, even if you give it back. But there we go. That's, how long was that? Like a couple days? April 27th. It's like 4 or 5 days of Web3 is going just great. So the question we asked at the beginning, is Web3 going great still? Yes, it's going fantastically. So maybe in 3 or 4 days, we'll come back and see if it's still going fantastically. I'm going to guess that it will be. So thanks. See you next time. Peace out.